Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, on this week 5 of the NFL, Joe Boo needs a refill. And I think I do. Damn, Joe Boo. Another one? Well, good thing got an extra bottle. Looks like I need a refill too. Can you believe it? The Dallas Cowboys are 3-1 without Tony Romo. Who would have thought? You know, if I'd said to you guys, Tony Romo's going to go out and we're going to be 3-1 going into week 5, you wouldn't believe me. Now, what I like to do is I like to break the season down into quarters. Okay, so take it as 4-game sections. Now, the way you make the playoffs to me is you need to go 10-6. So what you have to do in 2 of those quarters is you need to win 3 games. And then the other 2 quarters, you have to win at least 2 to get in the playoffs. Fortunately, our first quarter, we're 3-1. So with this next quarter, we need to be at least 2-2. And that's going to be tough because we have, of course, Cincinnati. Then, of course, we have Green Bay in Green Bay. We have the Eagles and we have the Browns. So we need to figure we'll probably win the Browns. We need to win at least one of those other games. Now we're going to start with our Dallas Cowboys offense. Now, we got to give props to Dak Prescott, Rookie of the Week. You know, that's fantastic. Who would have thought a 4th-round draft pick would be Rookie of the Week? And he's leading our offense. Excuse me. He's leading our offense, which is second in the NFL in yards per game, with 395 yards, .8, which is fantastic. What's even better is we are first on 3rd down conversions, getting 27 out of 54, which is 50%. You know, that's just through the roof. And even on 4th down conversions, we've had 2 of those. We've converted both of those, so we're 100%. And, of course, we're second in the NFL in rushing with 149 yards. Now, when you think about that first game that we had against the Giants where, you know, Zeke didn't really have it all together, and even the second game, you know, the sky is the limit as far as that running game goes. That can get better and better, provided our offensive line stays healthy. But the biggest key to the Dallas Cowboys' success is time of possession. Now, a lot of you guys keep saying, oh, well, Dak's not going down deep and everything else. You know what? That's bullshit. I don't care about going down deep. What I care about is getting in the end zone and eating up the clock. So if you're taking up 5, 8, 10 yards at a chunk and you're having an 8, 9-minute drive, that means that's less opportunities for the other team to score. And we're holding on to the ball for over 35 minutes a game, which means our defense is out there for less than 25 minutes, which is perfect. They get out there, they're fresh, they're ready to rock and roll, and it's a lot easier to play when you're not tired. Now, like I said, we got a tall task this week. We got the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are a good team, or at least that's what we're told. They were a playoff team last year. They played really, really well. But I'm going to hold off before I say that they're a good team. They're 2-2 coming into here. And I'll say they played some good teams. Now, the first game they played against the New York Jets, that they won 23-22. Now, the Jets defense, 15th in the NFL, their offense stinks. So they gave up 22 points to the Jets and only scored 23. Okay. Well, we'll give them that one. You know, it's the first game of the season. So then they played the Steelers with their great defense. Now, we're not talking about the steel curtain defense. We're more talking about the tinfoil defense right now. They're 26 in the NFL, yet they only put up 16 points. Not that good. Steelers won that one 24-16. Then they played the Super Bowl champions, a game you expect for them to lose, and they lost 29-17, which Denver right now has a 5th-ranked defense. And the final game that they played last week, they beat the Miami Dolphins 22-7. Now, the Dolphins stink. I mean, they are awful. They're 27th on defense. They're so bad that Dominic Sue isn't even stomping on anybody because he doesn't even care anymore. So now you start looking at those numbers. That offense is not scoring that many points for such a vaulted offense. And that defense, they're not exactly holding, you know, everybody to shutouts or anything. So I think that they're beatable. Now, I gave you how our rankings were with the Dallas Cowboys. Cincinnati, on the other hand, they're 11th ranked in total yards at 371, but they're only 28th in rushing, getting only about 81 yards a game. So they're not chewing it up on the ground. Where they excel is the passing game with A.J. Green. You know, they're averaging 291 yards passing. So, and the biggest key our biggest statistic that I see with them is they suck on third downs. Now, I told you the Cowboys were converting 50% of their third downs. Cincinnati is only converting 27% of them. Last year, they converted almost 40%. Now, that's a big difference. It may not seem like a lot, but if you can't get first downs and keep drives going, you're not going to win that much. And they're 13th in time of possession. So our offense definitely looks better than what Cincinnati does. Now, behind me, you see my good old board. I finally have plenty of letters and everything to go with my keys to the game. And as always, you know me, I am old school. In fact, I'm wearing my Larry Allen Hall of Fame shirt here because I believe in running the football. When you can run the football, there's so many good things that can happen. Now, the strength of the Cincinnati Bengals is that defensive line. And I say you go imano, man up, knock the snot out of the guy in front of you, and go right at that linebacker Burfitt, okay? You know, he's a hothead. He's always about to get suspended, kicked out of a game, or everything else. Go at him. Hit him with the center. Hit him with the guard. Hit him with the double team. Hit him with the tight end. Hell, hit him with the wide receiver on a crackback. Just keep hitting him till he gets pissed off and gets thrown out of the game. And then run some more. That's going to open up the play action. It's going to eat up the clock and keep that defense off the field. Now, defense, it's real simple. The whole game to me is Morris Claiborne, Jerome, bring me my hat. Morris Claiborne versus A.J. Green. Morris has been playing lights out this season. You can almost say, is our defensive MVP. If he can hold A.J. Green in check, I think we'll actually take this one. Now, the next key is big, and this is all for you Cowboy fans that will be at the game. We play fantastic on the road. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones built the greatest stadium that's ever been built. So good that there's too damn much stuff to do there. And anybody who says, I'm going to go to an away game, wants to come to Dallas. So we don't have a home field advantage because you guys are out there in the club getting some nachos or some wings or steak. You know, you're watching the girls dancing in the cages. You're listening to the band. You're checking out the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Forget that. Do that stuff before the game. We need to develop a home field advantage. You know, act like a Steeler fan. Loud, proud, and all that. Act like an Eagle fan. No, well, wait a minute. Don't act like an Eagle fan. I don't want to get anybody arrested. We don't need a holding cell down in the basement. I would say act like a Raider fan too, but again, you know, I'm not promoting violence, okay? But you understand what I mean. We need to get loud and support our team. We need to go ahead and help them get some penalties on those guys. We need to have people fear coming into Dallas instead of it being like going to King's Dominion. We got to develop a home field advantage. And the next thing, the mojo. Now, Joe Boo's already got his rum and cigars. We'll get his chicken wings. Now, we got to keep spreading that mojo. And the way you keep spreading that mojo is click on that link right there. Subscribe to the Joe Boo Report so we can keep spreading that mojo. I'm Mark Holmes. Oh, before I go, let me go ahead and talk about the other guys in the NFC East. The Eagles, well, you're coming off a bye week. You might as well still be on a bye week because you're going to Detroit. You Giants, you got another tough game in front of you with the Packers. Now, a lot of people want to know what happened with the Giants. They started off 2-0. Now, I can't say, and I won't take credit for it, but I want to tell you about one thing that did happen 2 weeks ago. When the Redskins were about to take on the Giants, Joe Boo stopped by for a little visit. Here's a clip of that. Hey, Giants, I'm back. Okay. Now, I can't say for a fact that Joe Boo had anything to do with it, but he has been banned from Giants training camp. I'm Mark Holmes. That's Cowboy Joe Boo. It's Saturday night, and thank you for watching the Joe Boo Report. Keep spreading that mojo.